In the marble halls of Tyrania, where gold goblets clinked and words were sharper than swords, Governor Cassian ruled over a land both prosperous and proud. He was a man of precision, his robe uncreased, his judgments swift, his words chosen as carefully as his soldiers. His face was calm, unreadable, the kind carved into coinage. Cassian drank only from one cup, a small earthen vessel his father had given him. Among all the fine silver and gem-encrusted chalices of the palace, this one stood plain and cracked. Many wondered why a man of such status would cling to such a thing. They didn't know the story. Not fully. One afternoon, a visiting senator named Varos dined at the governor's table. Wine was poured. Roasted lamb and pomegranate seeds were set out. The usual theatre of flattery played out until Varos, loose from drink, noticed the plain cup in Cassian's hand. "Governor," he said, raising a jewelled goblet, "why drink from clay when you command silver?" Cassian smiled lightly. "Because I command silver, I must drink from clay." The table went quiet. Later that evening, his scribe, young Murrow, asked, "Is it true that you do it to remind yourself of something?" Cassian nodded. "Yes, that everything can be taken, especially the things we think are ours." Murrow looked confused. "Even a cup?" Cassian's expression darkened just for a moment. "Especially a cup." 20 years earlier, Cassian had not been governor, but commander of a border legion. Young, proud, sharp-tongued. One winter, while leading his men through hostile territory, he sent a message to a tribal leader named Rogar offering peace in exchange for land rights. Rogar agreed, but on one condition. Cassian must come alone to share a ceremonial drink from the tribal cup. Cassian, certain of his charisma and position, agreed. He rode into Rogar's camp with only a short blade hidden in his boot. The fire crackled between them as the cup, massive, carved from a single piece of bone, was passed. "You Romans believe power lies in the sword," Rogar said, lifting the cup. "We know it lies in restraint." Cassian smiled, flattered. "We value both." Rogar passed the cup. Cassian drank, then reached for his blade beneath the table, but Rogar had seen it. The next moment was blurred. Men shouted. Cassian was seized. His sword clattered. And Rogar simply said, "You lied." Cassian was kept prisoner for 3 days. Rogar did not torture him, did not mock him. Instead, he brought him food and each time left behind a small clay cup. On the 4th day, Cassian was released. No ransom, no condition. But as he rode back to his camp, he found the clay cup tucked into his saddlebag with a note. "A man who cannot master himself has mastered nothing." Cassian never forgot that. Years passed. He rose through ranks, gained prestige, won favour with the Senate, married, lost and married again. But the lesson of the cup remained. He came to study the Stoics, Seneca, Epictetus, Cleanthes, and found in their teachings echoes of Rogar's truth. He had lost much in his ambition. Friends, time, even peace of mind. But the greatest losses had always come when he believed he was invulnerable, that he could not be touched, that he deserved something. One spring, Tyrania was struck by drought. Crops withered, citizens rioted at the granaries. A young man threw a stone at Cassian's chariot during a visit to the city square. The guards seized him. "Execute him," one barked. Cassian raised a hand. "Bring him forward." The boy spat at Cassian's feet. "You eat figs while we drink dust." Cassian looked at him, not with anger but with interest. "I do not eat figs, I ration as you do." The boy scoffed, easy to say from marble halls. Cassian reached into his robe and pulled out the clay cup. "This is the only thing I drink from," he said, "because one day I may drink from puddles." The boy frowned. "You mean to scare me?" "No, I mean to remind myself." Cassian turned to the guards. "Let him go." That night, Murrow, the scribe, asked again, "Why spare him? The people say you've gone soft." Cassian poured water into the cup. "The Stoics say you have power over your mind, not outside events. The boy is an outside event. My reaction, however, is mine to govern." Murrow nodded slowly. "And if the Senate disagrees," Cassian smiled, "then they too are outside events." Cassian died 10 years later in his sleep, having never taken a higher title, though many offered. The clay cup sat on the windowsill beside him, filled only with air. At his funeral, Murrow placed the cup on the altar. A scroll was found among Cassian's writings. One line stood out. "Let no man think himself above the broken, the thirsty, or the angry. The only man above them is the one who does not become them." Stoic lesson. Cassian's story is a reminder of the Stoic ideal of self-mastery. While the world may tempt us with power, luxury, and dominance, true control lies within, in how we respond, not what we possess. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The clay cup is a metaphor for humility, preparedness, and emotional restraint. When we anchor ourselves in the awareness that nothing is truly ours, we are freer, calmer, and far less likely to be broken by the world.